The texts, if real, paint a picture far more complicated than the public breakup stories we've been fed. Instead of a simple case of irreconcilable differences, these messages hint at midnight conversations, secret meetings, and emotional confessions that could explain why Tia Mowry's picture-perfect marriage suddenly. And now, with fans dissecting every screenshot, every emoji, and every suggestive line, the question is unavoidable. Was Gabrielle Union secretly involved in breaking apart Tia Mowry's marriage? The perfect Hollywood friendship that turned sour. To understand the magnitude of this scandal, you need to rewind the clock. For years, Gabrielle Union and Tia Mowry seemed to exist in the same Hollywood ecosystem. Both were black actresses navigating an industry notorious for sidelining women of color. Both projected images of resilience, sisterhood, and strength. Tia had her fairy tale marriage to Cory Hardrict, often posting glowing Instagram tributes about family life. Gabrielle was admired for her candidness about marriage struggles with NBA star Dwyane Wade, her advocacy for women's rights, and her raw honesty about infertility struggle. On the surface, these two women represented triumph over adversity. But behind the scenes, the story may have been far more turbulent. Rumors of tension between Gabrielle and Tia floated around the industry for years. Whispers of jealousy, professional competition, and personal differences surfaced. But nothing concrete ever made headlines, until now. The leaked texts blew open a door that many didn't even know was there. The shocking. It began with an anonymous account on social media dropping screenshots that claimed to be from Cory Hardrict's phone. The images were grainy, but the details were clear enough to cause an uproar. Late-night messages from someone saved in Cory's phone. Conversations that started innocently but grew progressively flirty and emotional. Mentions of secret meetups in Los Angeles and on-set locations. References to keeping things quiet and not letting her find. Fans immediately connected the dots. G could only be one person, Gabrielle Union. The hashtag Gabrielle Exposed started trending. Twitter X was flooded with memes, theories, and side-by-side screenshots. Some fans defended Gabrielle, saying the texts could be fabricated. Others were convinced the leak was the missing puzzle piece in the downfall of Tia and Cory's marriage. But the most chilling part wasn't the flirtation, it was the emotional intimacy. In one alleged text, G reportedly wrote, "You know you deserve better. She doesn't see you the way I." To fans, that wasn't just a casual message, that was a declaration. One that implied Gabrielle was directly undermining Tia. Tia Mowry's silent pain. While Gabrielle Union has remained publicly silent so far, Tia Mowry's recent posts suddenly looked like coded cries for help. Just weeks before the leak, Tia posted on Instagram, "Sometimes the hardest thing you'll ever do is accept the truth you didn't want to face." At the time, fans assumed she was talking about her divorce. Now, in light of the texts, many believe she was subtly addressing the betrayal of someone she once considered a friend. Tia has also spoken in interviews about how she felt undervalued and dismissed during her marriage. She never named Gabrielle, but fans are wondering, did she know more than she let on? If Tia suspected Gabrielle's involvement, that would explain her rumored coldness toward Union in Hollywood circles. It would also explain why Tia has been described as icy whenever Gabrielle's name comes up. Cory Hardrict, the man. Cory has been quiet since his split from Tia, choosing to let his work speak louder than his personal life. But the leak forces the spotlight back on. Some fans see Cory as a victim, caught between two powerful women, flattered by Gabrielle's attention, and sex. When any scandal breaks, the first question fans always ask is, when did this really start? And with Gabrielle Union and Cory Hardrict's alleged text messages making the rounds, the timeline has become the biggest mystery in Hollywood right now. The first red flag. Insiders claim that Gabrielle and Cory first crossed paths more than a decade ago at industry mixers and award events. At the time, both were happily married, Gabrielle to Dwyane Wade, and Cory to Tia Mowry. Their interactions, according to eyewitnesses, seemed innocent, just casual Hollywood chatter. But fans are now digging into old red carpet footage and interviews, searching for moments that, in hindsight, feel suspicious. One viral clip from 2016 shows Gabrielle brushing Cory's arm as she laughs a little too hard at his joke. At the time, nobody blinked. Now, fans are analyzing it frame by frame. The quiet friendship. Sources suggest that Gabrielle and Cory maintained a low-key friendship behind the scenes. Unlike Gabrielle's flashy public friendships with other A-listers, her connection with Cory seemed quieter, almost hidden. According to a former assistant, who has since spoken anonymously to blogs, Gabrielle would occasionally refer to Cory as her go-to listener. She reportedly once said, "Cory gets me, he doesn't judge, he just listens." If true, that dynamic alone could explain why the leaked texts feel so intimate. The divorce that sparked. When Tia Mowry announced her divorce in 2022, she kept her words graceful. She talked about growth, self-love, and moving forward. But fans couldn't shake the feeling that something deeper had caused the split. At the time, whispers floated about Cory being distracted by someone else. Yet, no name was ever attached. Tia herself avoided throwing Cory under the bus, a move many praised as classy. Now, with Gabrielle Union's name in the mix, fans are putting the puzzle pieces together. Was Gabrielle the distraction or the leaked texts? Based on the timestamps on the alleged screenshots, many of the messages date back to 2021 and 2022, the exact period when Tia and Cory's marriage was reportedly unraveling. One supposed text from Gabrielle, "You don't have to pretend with me, I see the real you." And Cory's alleged reply, "That's why I keep coming back to these convos." These exchanges don't sound like two casual acquaintances, they sound like people emotionally invested in each other, and fans believe this emotional connection may have played a role in Cory pulling away from his marriage. Dwayne Wade's. Perhaps the most explosive angle here is Dwayne Wade's reported reaction. According to multiple insiders, Wade is livid, not just at Gabrielle, but at the narrative forming around. One source claims Wade confronted Gabrielle behind closed doors. "If this is true, you've embarrassed me in front of the world." Wade, who has faced public scrutiny in the past regarding his own personal life, knows how fragile public image can be. For him, this scandal isn't just about trust, it's about protecting their empire. Together, Gabrielle and Wade have built a brand as Hollywood's outspoken progressive power couple. If that brand crumbles, so does their. Reportedly, Wade has told Gabrielle to get ahead of the story, urging her to deny everything outright. But Gabrielle, sources say, is torn. She feels denying the texts could backfire if more leaks. Tia's possible revenge. While Tia Mowry has kept her silence, those close to her hint she may not stay quiet forever. Rumors swirl that she's been approached by several talk shows and podcasts eager to give her a platform. Imagine the headlines if Tia sat down on Red Table Talk or The Breakfast Club and poured her heart out. She wouldn't even need to name Gabrielle outright. Her tears, her pauses, and her choice of words would be enough to confirm what fans already believe. And if Tia reveals she suspected Gabrielle's role in her marriage's downfall all along, that would blow this scandal sky high. Hollywood's divide deep. Celebrities are already picking sides, and the divide is creating ripples across Hollywood. Some stars, like Taraji P. Henson and Lala Anthony, have quietly unfollowed Gabrielle on Instagram, fueling speculation that they're siding with Tia. Others, like Kerry Washington, remain neutral, avoiding any public comments to protect their own reputation. This silent war is exactly what keeps stories like this alive. Every unfollow, every like on a shady post, every cryptic quote tweeted, becomes a head. Fans demand receipt. As the scandal unfolds,